Vashtorr. Vashtorr is here, and I'm gonna have a look at the sprue before I start building it. I am thinking I'm gonna convert it just slightly, so we might just get a little bit of a torso twist on this. But yeah, Vashtorr, the new Chaos demigod, coming out with Arcs of Omen. He's a little bit of a monster. Really, really, really nice looking sprue though, and I do like the bonkers hammer. The hammer's cool. The face is lovely. Again, the detail and the clarity of the detail on these sculpts now is so good. Let's zoom in so that we can start looking at some stuff. But like the face, the there's going to be something. So any of you who are out there who are painters, you will notice if we get pointy stick, you will notice that Vashtorr has little pustules and warts, literally all over his body. Like absolutely every single limb, every limb has tiny little warts, which is going to be a painter's nightmare, to be honest, because you're going to be painting up, highlighting up like the striations and everything, and then you're going to have to go in and just touch all the little warts that he's got all over his body. They are absolutely everywhere. Anyway, that's beside the point. The claw, I can't wait to kind of get to put together. The idea that I have with this is that I'm going to do a slight torso twist. I'm going to drop the hammer down. If anybody's seen my avatar, which I converted up, dropping the spear down, it just gives a little bit more balance across the whole composition of the model. So I'm going to drop the hammer down just slightly so it's a little bit more horizontal. I'm going to twist the torso. I think we're going to build it up first and see if even a torso twist is possible. Yeah, I'm going to twist the torso, lower the hammer, and the wings. I can't wait. I can't wait to paint those. I think they're going to look really good in non-metallic as well. So I think they'll probably end up being like a really grungy non-metallic brassy copper style. Fantastic, tiny little skulls, horned skulls inside as well. I don't quite know where they get the time and the patience to sculpt tiny little skulls inside their own wings. Maybe they just have a very, very posh 3D printer in the 41st millennium. But yeah, he's fantastic. He's very, very cool. Right, I'm going to clip some parts out now, and yeah, we will get him built up and see how he starts looking. Right, let's go. How cool is that? This claw is awesome. It needs an extra thumb on there, but this claw is amazing. I'm wondering how it's going to pose up on here. I think it goes down here, and I'm slightly wondering whether we should twist it so that it's a little bit more open, rather than being over the top, rather than the fingers being over the top like this. It might be quite interesting just to open up that claw a little bit. So that would involve cutting and twisting around here. Now the benefit of doing that is that we do have a armor plate to cover that part if we need it. So if we, there we go, sorry. There we go. So if we cut across that arm, we can then cover the join with the armor plate, which is quite cool. So we might just trim around that and then just twist that arm around. Let me put the thumb on and then we'll have a look. There we go. Super cool. Obviously, I've still got some nubs and some mold lines to remove on this, but I tend to do that after I've built large portions. Like the mold lines on here and everything are going to be quite easy to remove now. Now it's all built. But that is I'd be like. This claw, I need to make this claw more of a feature. So in my head, this claw needs to be much more like reaching out and just, yeah, I think that's fab. That's absolutely vicious. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I did a Necron Sculpt Lord, and I made a new claw for the Necron Sculpt Lord, and that's inverted a little bit like that. Gave him really, really long fingers, and that looks really cool. And I think this is, I'm tempted, especially because Vashtorr himself is turning and looking this way, so he's looking in that direction. And if that was just, it would be so cool if that was just twisted. So I think we are going to do that. And because of that, I think we'll probably try to do a torso twist. The benefit of doing the torso twist with stuff like this is that there's a lot of like organic stuff which you can just kind of disguise with more organic stuff as you put it on. So we might try and do some cuts. Around here. Cut that, slice those apart there so that they are free to move, and then twist it. We'll see. Right, I'm going to get all that done. We're going to come back in a second. Here it is, all finished up. So I've done all the cutting and filling and twisting and everything. So we've twisted and we've cut. It's really quick for it. Where's my pointy stick gone? Here we go. So I've taken a cut all the way around the waist. One of the good things about models like this is that all this kind of organic detail is all very easy to kind of sculpt in afterwards, and also hide. Like there's a cut there and you can't really see it because it's all, let me zoom in and show you. You've got a little bit more of a leeway when you're converting stuff like this, because if you make a cut there and glue it in, all the kind of organic shapes and everything just kind of mesh together and merge together, and you can kind of get away with it a little bit. But here I've filled this with a little bit of putty. I've got another layer to put on here, but what you can do, and I'm going to do a video on simple sculpting. I'm certainly not a very good sculptor, but I can get away with little bits like this. What you can do is once you've got the putty on here, you can run. So this is just a simple soft silicon tip tool, so you can run the tool down some of the striations and strands and everything, and get it smoothed in so that it kind of vanishes and disappears. And a lot of this is going to be in the shadows and depths anyway, like the abs down here, for instance. So that's just where the twist of the torso. You can see the twist in the torso really isn't that much. I've not done much, but it's just enough just to kind of orientate his head over this knee. And then I've also just, you can see down here, I've just stretched out this leg, so it's a fraction opened up. Turn the claw round as I was talking about. Made a cut in here so that we could close that up, and then made a cut in here so that we could open that up. So this one is now more straight, and this one is now more curved, or more bent. And that's the finished pose that we get. I mean, his face is so good. Check out this face. His face is so cool. That's going to be a lot of fun to paint. A lot of fun to paint. Very, very cool indeed. And then you can see here, this is a great example of how all you need to do is just follow the lines that are already on the model. So this model has got muscle definition for days, so you can just drop your little tool in here and just slide it down, and it just creates that muscle and follows it down the arm, fills the gap in. Yeah, there we go. So he's all done. Next video will be a painting video. Obviously I've left the wings off, so the wings, I think this wing is this side. The wings are so cool. The wings are so cool. Now they are incredibly fiddly to put together, so when you are building your wings, remember this timestamp on the video, and this is how this all connects in. So you've got that bit there which centers in on that sprocket there, and then as this comes across, it joins in up there like that. So that's where that joins, and that's where that sprocket joins. All that fits underneath. Just get the focus, there we go. And the same on this side, it drops in just that little bit there, and then that centers on the sprocket. It's a real kind of challenging one to kind of figure out, because it doesn't sit where you think it's going to sit, and then it falls into place and you're like, oh wow, and then it falls out and you're like, oh, how did it go again? So yeah, there we go. So remember that, remember the timestamp on here, and there we go. So that's how the wings sit as well. I'm not changing the wings. The wings are absolutely awesome. Things of nightmares. This is I can't wait. I don't know what colour I'm going to paint it. I will try and probably do kind of some purple and red skin. One last thing to mention. The armour, in my opinion, is very much optional. Like, this looks cool. You can, if you like, put the armour on. So if you wanted, you could slide the armour on there, and then you could put the armour on the chest. I'm not entirely sure it needs it. I don't think it adds anything to the model. In fact, I think it probably, in some ways, detracts a little bit from the model, because you've got. I mean, if you like armor, then by all means throw it on. That's not a problem. But I think the skin and the abs and all the striations and the tendons which are pulling all the way around, pulling on the arms and pulling like he's got tendons here underneath his neck, which are stretched out mechanically. He's almost got mechanical tendons joining in. It's fantastic. It's so cool. So yeah, anyway, there we go. That is Vashtorr, all converted, all reposed. It's just a slight repose this time, just a slight little repose with a little bit of a trademark torso twist. And I have turned that upside down, of course. Which is lovely, because all the gap which is created when you turn it upside down is covered by the armor plate. So it's lovely when that kind of thing happens. So yeah, there we go. I've got to drill the barrel as well, and I'll get him painted up. I might even see if I can get him done for Golden Demon, but that's probably not going to be the case, because I think I'm going to do Azrael. I think I'm going to paint Azrael up. So yeah, next video, on Vashtorr at least. The next video on Vashtorr will be a painting video. I will try and get some paint on this guy. And yeah, thank you very much. I will be live on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and probably Saturdays as you are watching this. So pop in and say hello. Drop me a follow on there, and you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, at Chris Frosson as well. Very, very easy to find, so you can just go and drop me a follow on all of those. That would be amazing, and that will let you know when I get videos or ideas or polls for suggestions and things. Drop me a follow, drop me a message. If you're doing a conversion as well like this, then let me know. I want to see it. And thank you very much, everybody. This is really, really cool. I really am enjoying doing these YouTube videos, so thank you very much for all the kind comments. They do make a massive difference, and yeah, really, 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 really appreciated. Thank you very much. And from Vashtorr and from myself, take care, and I will see you all later. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.